The left turns are coming, all of them. 18 races left in the 2026 season, every single one on an oval. Shane van Gisbergen just won at Sonoma, his 8th win in 15 career starts on road and street courses. But that number doesn't matter anymore, not for months, because starting now, the tracks that made him a star are gone from the schedule. And by his own admission, ovals are still breaking him. Some weeks I can run 10th to 15th pretty easily, van Gisbergen said, and other weeks it's a battle to run 30th. That's not a driver talking about bad luck. That's a driver telling you the truth. Here's what's at stake. Van Gisbergen sits 14th in the standings. 8 races remain in the regular season. He's in a provisional chase spot right now, barely. His own teammates, Ross Chastain and Connor Zilisch, sit 22nd and 34th. Trackhouse Racing's best hope for the playoffs is a road course specialist about to spend a season and a half on a surface he understands least. This is the moment where talent alone stops being enough. So what happened at Sonoma tells only half the story. The real story starts now on the ovals, where the championship will actually be decided. Van Gisbergen didn't grow up on ovals. He's a New Zealand native. Road courses and street circuits, that was his craft, his identity, for years before Cup. 3 seasons into oval racing, he's still learning a discipline. Most of this field has raced since childhood. The numbers show real progress. 14 oval starts this year. Average finish, 29. Last year, in 30 oval races, that number was 24. 8. It's better. It's not good enough yet. May 31st, Nashville Superspeedway. Van Gisbergen crossed the line 5th, his first top 5 oval finish in Cup competition. 1 race. 1 glimpse of what this team can be when it clicks. But glimpses don't win championships. 6 times this season, Van Gisbergen has finished outside the top 30 on an oval. Mistakes. Crashes, the kind of results that erase a good points day in an instant. I've still got a long way up the hill to go, he said. I'm getting there. And I see the glimpses, and I feel them, and I know it's coming, but I still need to get a lot better, and I still have a lot to learn. Listen to that. That's not false modesty. That's a driver who knows exactly where he stands. His crew chief sees it differently, or at least sees a fix. Stephen Doran has noticed something. When Van Gisbergen starts in the top 10, he's finished top 15 in 3 straight races. If we can qualify up there, we can stay up there all day, Doran said. That's just the last piece of the puzzle with the ovals, is to qualify good. I feel like we have the speed to maintain that. Qualifying. That's the whole equation now, not raw speed on Sunday. Track position before the race even starts. And there's a reason that matters more than usual this year. Stage points go to the top 10, twice a race. Start up front, avoid the chaos in the pack. And you're not just protecting a finish. You're building a cushion. A cushion Van Gisbergen is going to need. Because look at what's below him. Austin Cindric holds the final provisional playoff spot right now. 16th. He's 12 points ahead of Eric Jones. 25 ahead of Brad Keselowski. A 3-time champion fighting to stay relevant in a field that's passed him by. And here's the one that should stop you. Joey Logano, 3-time champion, sits 20th, 31 points out of the field, on pace to miss the playoffs for the first time since 2017. This is not a comfortable gap anymore. This is a pileup forming in real time, and every oval race left on the schedule is about to squeeze it tighter. Van Gisbergen isn't just fighting his own inexperience. He's fighting a bubble that's about to swallow drivers with championships on their resume. Now add the wrinkle nobody saw coming. Chicagoland Speedway is back. 7 years gone. NASCAR tested there in April. More than $5 million spent to bring it back to life. Since the pandemic, the place has sat dormant. 1 motocross event in 2023, otherwise silent. The asphalt is still the original surface, laid down in 2001. 18 drivers from that final 2019 Chicagoland race will be back on that same pavement. Most of the field has never seen it. Cody Ware will make his Cup debut there, leaning entirely on simulator work just to understand what he's driving into. The sim tells us where the bumps are and how to attack the track, Ware said. Every little angle of your steering, your arc on corner entry, and how aggressively you're picking up the throttle, all those things matter. an unknown track, a field mostly guessing. That's the kind of race where the standings can shift overnight, for better or for a lot worse. And one driver walks into that unknown carrying real momentum. Kyle Larson has finished runner-up in the last 2 races held at Chicagoland. He remembers exactly how the last one ended, a brutal final lap, beaten by Kyle Busch in 2018. That memory hasn't gone anywhere. At Sonoma, Larson finished 4th, his 4th consecutive top 5 finish, his best stretch in over a year. It's definitely the best we've been all year, Larson said. But sitting underneath that streak is a number that won't disappear. 42 races since Larson's last win, the longest drought of his career at Hendrick Motorsports, a stretch that now goes back to 2021. Top 5s without a win. Consistency without the moment that actually matters. Chicagoland could be the place that ends it. Or it could be one more near miss on a track that's already given him one. So here's where this all lands. Van Gisbergen is out of road courses. 18 ovals stand between him and a real shot at the chase, on a surface he's still learning, with mistakes still costing him whole weekends. Below him, a 3-time champion is fighting to avoid missing the playoffs entirely. Ahead of all of them sits a track nobody in this generation of NASCAR has truly raced, one that could scramble everything or hand someone like Larson the win he's been chasing for 42 races. The single most important thing to understand here, track position just became the difference between a championship run and a season that quietly ends in September. And here's the angle most fans aren't watching at. It's not the contenders at the top who decide how this bubble shakes out. It's whether a road course champion can adapt fast enough in real time on tracks that don't forgive learning curves. So ask yourself this, is Shane van Gisbergen's Sonoma win the last time we talk about him as a road course specialist? Or is it the last good result before the ovals expose exactly how far he still has to go? If you want to see how this plays out before the standings make the decision for him, hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because the next 18 races are going to answer a question this sport hasn't asked in a long time, and this story is not finished.